All right, everybody, welcome to the final round of the Arnold Palmer Bay Hill Invitational. And this is taking place at the Bay Hill Country Club. Of course, in the history maker world, it's known as Ocean Knoll Club and Lodge. But for our purposes, it is Bay Hill. We've had a lot of movement since the end of the third round. In the front nine, we've had 6 golfers that have fallen out of contention. Justin Rose, Ad Aldridge Potgetter, Sepp Straka, Keegan Bradley, Corey Connors, and Eric Cole. Basically, both first threesomes. The first two threesomes have all fallen out of contention, and they will be rolled on the out of contention golfers' results when it's their turn. So we are on right now. What we have is Thomas Dietrich with a 1-shot lead over Scotty Scheffler and a 2-shot lead over Roy McIlroy. These are the main 3 guys that are still in contention. I'm not sure how much longer Harris English, Ben Griffin, or Jackson Coyven can hold on. Thomas Dietrich shot a 32 on the front side, plus he birdied the 10th hole. So he is 5 under on today's round, and that's why a lot of those guys fell out of contention, because every time he birdied, he just pushed the pile back to the left each time. And now we're at where the first grouping's at the 13th hole, and I simmed all those, or out of contention golfers, roll for those. Out of contention golfers here, roll for those. And now we're at the 11th right here. Dietrich got in the third round, he ended up being a rust putter, but that only comes up on the clutch putting result, and he has not had a clutch putt yet. He has not had to attempt a clutch putt yet, so that particular thing is not affecting him. I did go back to this dice, the original dice tower and tray, because that little one, it's just hard to fit 5 dice in there. When I was doing it on my own offline, I was missing that tray quite a bit. So I figure for our purposes here, better to go with this. So that's what I have decided to do. And we are ready to go with Thomas Dietrich. He is first one up, Mr. Dietrich. And he is coming off a birdie on the 10th hole. In fact, he's birdied the last 3 holes. He birdied 8, 9, and 10 after bogey in 7. So you could say he is a hot golfer right now. He doesn't have any chips, but that doesn't seem to stop him any. So here we go with Dietrich. We get a 3, which the course controls. That's a 35, so it's golf course cam, or golf cam course. So he's catching breaks even though he doesn't control. He's avoiding the danger area. He's got the golf cam course, and that is going to be a green 4 on a par 4. Ask if it's a cordial hole. It is not. Ask, is it a daunting hole? Yes, it's semi-daunting. The dot says it's daunting. So since it's daunting, clutch putt for par. Now, this is where he's going to run into trouble, because now he is rust. So he's going to be a 1. He has to have a 1 to make a clutch putt. If he doesn't make this, Scotty Scheffler will tie him for the lead, and he will get a red chip. But he has to get a 1 here. And he does not. So that will give him the red chip, and that will also move other golfers one step closer, as the Doobie Brothers once sang. And it gets a little closer here. That gets Harris English off of the cut line, and now he has an easy putt for bogey, which he makes, but a bogey for Dietrich. And now Scheffler has tied him for the lead. So as hot as Dietrich was, just that quickly, he can fall apart on you. And next up will be Roy McIlroy. He is 1 shot back. He does have a blue chip, but he can't use it because it's a semi-daunting hole, so we'll hold on to it. And we get a 6, so he's going to take his par and his chip and be very happy about that. So McIlroy, the par 4. That brings up Harris English. He was also in this group, but he has fallen way, way back. He hadn't played bad. He's played par golf, but the other 2, Dietrich and McIlroy, have, let's see, McIlroy's 3 under, Dietrich's 4 under for the day. So Can't play par golf and expect to contend like that. That's a 6, but he really has to go. He's 5 shots back. He can't afford just take a chip and move on. He's got to try to attack the green. So he is going to try to attack the green. I don't think he has much choice when he's that far back. So we go to the par 4, attack the green, re-roll the white die. We get a 1, and it says within a few yards of the pin, moderate putt for birdie. All right. Moderate putt for birdie is a 1 to 2, and he's got it. So Harris English gets a birdie, and he's gained 2 strokes on the same hole as he gained a stroke on Dietrich for Dietrich's bogey, and he also birdied. So now he's 4 shots back. And that takes us to the final group of the day. They are on the 10th hole. And the final group on the 10th hole is going to be led by Scotty Scheffler. Scheffler tied for the lead now with Dietrich's bogey. Scheffler has a chip, and he is going to spend that to control the hole. So that's a 2-4-4 on a par 4. And a 2-4-4 asks, is he a king or dynamic? He is a king. So 2-4-4 king to heart of fairway, and he gets a gallery cheers. He can't get the chip back. Can't earn a chip because he spent a chip. But he does go to gallery cheers. And a number 4, is he a utility? No. Otherwise, routine iron shot energized by beneficial roll, moderate putt for birdie. So 1 or a 2, and he will get himself a birdie and take the outright lead. He does not. So it's going to end up being a easy putt for par, and he will make that and maintain a tie for the lead. And now it's going to take us to Koivu, 3 shots back. That's a 1, so Koivu will control the hole, and that is a 1-5-5 on a par 4. 1-5-5. And ask, is he a bomber or a duffer? Koivu is a bomber. Since he's a bomber, it's going to be a banana ball, and it's going to be gallery groans, and he's going to get a red chip. That's not going to help this cause any. We'll go to gallery groans. And the green die is a 5, so he's not a workman. Big swing, send ball to apron, follow-up chip to green, difficult putt for par. So 1 to 3 is what he needs for his par. And he gets his pars. He will maintain the red chip, but at least he got his par. And that's going to bring up Ben Griffin. Griffin will control the hole, 1-2-4 on a par 4 for Ben Griffin. 1-2-4. Is he a duffer? No, he's not a duffer. He is a semi-legend king, semi-champion, and a hero, so he's definitely not a duffer. Is it a firm green? No, it's not a firm green. So we'll go to golf cam green, I should say. And the green die is a 1. That usually helps. Challenging green or scattered golfer. It is a challenging green because of the dot. So it says double difficult putt for par. Boy, that's bad news for Griffin. Double difficult putt for par. He really can't afford to go back, but can't afford a double bogey either. If he misses the double difficult, he ends up with a difficult, where if he lays up, he'll have an easy. So he's going to lay up and just take his easy putt for bogey, and he will drop back. Griffin will. 5 shots back, but he really didn't have a whole lot of choice there. I mean, I guess he could have, but it would have been a big risk. He could have double bogeyed and been right out of the tournament. So bogey 5, and that's going to finish the 10th hole for our purposes. And now we go to 14 for the first group, and all of those guys are out of contending golfers. So we come over here, daunting. We're going to be in this section here, and we'll start rolling per golfer. And the first one out is going to be Pot Getter. And that's a 2, so he will par. There's going to be a par 3 for Pot Getter. And now Sepp Straka. He gets a par. And finally Justin Rose. And he gets a par. So all 3 get pars. Move on to the 13th hole, and all 3 of these golfers are out of control, or out of contention. Out of control too, but they're out of contention as well. So we'll roll for them. First one up is Connors. 4, that's a par for Connors. Par 4. Now Cole, another par 4, and Keegan Bradley. A 2 for Keegan Bradley, and that is another par. So they all par. And now we go to the 12th hole. And due up on the 12th hole, it'll be English. He has the honors. Three, and that's a 1-2-2 on a par 5. 1-2-2 on a par 5. 1-2-2. Is he a duffer? No, he's not a duffer. Is he utility? No. Is he a hacker? No. Moderate putt for birdie. So 1-2, and English will get another birdie. He does not. He misses it, but he'll have an easy putt for par. He really could have used the birdie there, but he ends up settling with the par for Harris English. Par 5. That'll bring up McIlroy. He's got 2 chips here, but it's a cordial hole, so he's not going to spend anything. He's going to save those for future reference. And that's a 6. He could pile it up again, or he's going to, Roy McIlroy is the kind of guy that attacks the green. So he's going to attack the green here. He's not going to lay up and get another chip. He's going to attack the green. And that's a 2. Reaches outer area of green, difficult putt for birdie. Difficult putt for birdie. But you know what? He's going to spend a chip. Let's see. No, I don't think he is going to spend a chip. He's going to try it. 1's a difficult putt for birdie is a 1. Doesn't get it. Moderate putt for par, 1-5. And he's got his par. So McIlroy just misses out. And now Dietrich, he will surrender his red chip to surrender control to the course. And we get a 16, which is in the sand on the first shot on the par 5. And the green die is a 5. Is he sandy? Dietrich is semi-sandy. Dot says he's not. So polite applause. So we go to polite applause. If I can find a polite applause. I think it's in the, right here. Polite applause, and we re-roll the white die. Polite applause. 6, though, scrambles to green, faces difficult putt for par. Difficult putt for par, a 1-3, or he's going to drop 2 shots in a row and fall out of the lead. And he does make it. He does make the difficult putt for par. So Dietrich will hold on to a share of the lead with Scheffler. As we go to the 11th hole for our leaders, or our last group out. And it will be Scheffler with the honors. A double difficult putt for birdie is a 1 plus the desired die. Double difficult for par is just a 1. But for birdie, it's a 1. It's right here on the little mat here. 1 and a dot for the double difficult birdie. All right, here is Scheffler. And he gets control of the hole. He's going to take his chip. He didn't have any chips, so he's going to use to stock up a chip here. He's going to take his par and take his chip. And that'll bring up Koiven. And Koiven is going to spend that red chip to give up control of the hole. And we get a 15. So he's in the rough on the first shot on a par 4. The green die's a 1, though, so he catches a break. Not a workman. So we go to wow. Golfer earns blue. Well, he would have earned a chip, but he spent a red chip, so you can't spend a chip to get a chip. But we are on the wow. And that's a 6. And it says difficult putt for birdie. Difficult putt for birdie. He needs a 1. Doesn't get it. So now it's a moderate putt for par. And he's got his par. So Koiven gets his par. Par 4. And that takes us to Ben Griffin. He needs to make something happen. Hello, Chuck. Let's see here. We got a 1, so Griffin will control. It's a 1-2-4 for Griffin on a par 4. 1-2-4. He's not a duffer. Is it a firm green? It's not a firm green, so we're going to Golf Cam Green for the result. Golf Cam green, and the green die is a 1. Challenging green or scattered golfer. It is not a challenging green. The desired die says no, and he's not a scattered golfer. So that's not the case. Clutch putt for birdie. So a clutch putt for birdie for Griffin. He's semi-gold. So a 1 to 4, and he gets the birdie putt and gets a blue chip. And he's got it. So he ties Harris English back 4 strokes back and earns the blue chip with that clutch birdie putt for Griffin. Birdie 3. And that'll conclude the 11th hole for our purposes. Now we go to 15 for the first group out, which is all out of contention golfers. First one up in the out of contention is going to be Pot Getter. That's a 6 on a semi-daunting, and that means he bogeys. Pot Getter with a bogey 5. Now we're looking at Straka. Seth Straka of 5 is a par. And then Justin Rose is a 5. He gets a par. All right, we go to 14. And again, all 3 golfers in this group are out of contention on a daunting hole. So on this far left side, first one up is Connors. And he bogeys. Bogey 4 for Connors. Next up is Cole. 5, he gets his par. And then Keegan Bradley. 1, he has a chance for a birdie if he gets the dot. There's a birdie 2 for Keegan Bradley. All right, that finishes the out of contending golfers for now. And before we go anywhere else, we're at the 15th hole for the first grouping. So now we're going to check for the guys' emerging contenders. Emerging contenders. Get an emerging contenders check. Emerging contenders, we're going to roll 2 D6s. One of the dies have to be a 1, or else we ignore it. But if it's a 1, then we're going to draw potentially out of the B+ groupings or whatever. We don't get to 22, so that means no emerging contenders. So no emerging contenders. We drive on. We move on to the 13th hole for the next to last group, and English will lead us off. He has the honors. Has no chips, but he has the honors. Course will control 35. He's Golf Cam course, though. So we got a break there. Green die's a 1. That's also a break. Cordial hole or laser golfer. Don't believe he's a laser. He's not a laser golfer. It's not a cordial hole either. Clutch putt for par. So he's got a chance to earn a chip. He's semi-gold, and he's a 1 to 4. He's got it, and he earns a chip for the clutch putt. Although it's not going to help his score, and he's still 4 shots back. But that chip may come into handy later. We never can tell. Next up is Roy McIlroy. He's sitting there with his 2 chips. He's going to gamble that he can control the hole, that he's going to roll a 1, 2, or a 6. And it didn't pay off for him. 13, he's in the sand on the second shot of a par 4. But the green die is a 1. Ask, is he chunky? He's not chunky, so he's got it to the pin. Get a pin check. So we go over here to pin. Re-roll the white die. Get a 1, and it says decider die. If it's a dot, it's in the hole. Otherwise, it's a gimme putt for par. Would be a bird. He'll get a birdie if this is a dot. It is not. So he gets a gimme putt for par. Very disappointing for McIlroy. Had a chance to chip it in for birdie, but didn't quite happen. So McIlroy gets a disappointing par, and that brings up Dietrich. Dietrich will control, and it's a 133 on a par 4. 133 on a par 4. 133. Yeoman or puny? No, he's not. Is he a hacker? No, he's not. So we're going to experience. And he is a semi-icon. Dot says he is an icon. So he's an icon. And on the icon chart, the green die is a 3. Green die is a 3 with experience on a par 4. You ask if he's a prospect. No, he's not. So it's an easy putt for birdie. How about that? 1-4. And Dietrich will reclaim the lead. And he does. So that's going to push him into sole possession of first place once again. So Dietrich comes back from a disappointment and reclaims the outright lead with a birdie 3. Now we go to the 12th hole for our final group, and Scotty Scheffler will try to get that stroke back, and he's at an easy hole, cordial hole, par 5, and he's got a chip. But actually, Griffin has the honors. I take it back because Griffin birdied the last hole. So Griffin actually had the honors. Griffin has a chip, but he's not going to spend it here, not on a cordial hole. We get a 2, so Griffin will control 2-2-5 on a par 5. 2-2-5 on a par 5. 2-2-5. Is he a legend? Griffin is a semi-legend. The dot says he is. So on a 2-2-5, TV-worthy drive, fortuitous roll, and gallery cheers. So we get another chip. And we go to the gallery cheers open star for the par 5s, and that's a 2. Is he a champion? Griffin is a semi-champion. We're going to have to roll again on the desire die to see if he is a champion. He is. So since he is a champion, he can go for it, and you pretty much have to go for it here. You're down by 5 strokes. So he's definitely going to go for it. So we go over here to our go for it. Go for it, yes. And we're going to roll 1d6. And it's a 3. And it says edge of green and 2, missed eagle putt, easy putt for birdie. So easy putt for birdie is going to be a 1-4. And let's see. You know what? He doesn't want to take any chances. He's going to make this a gimme putt. He'll spend a chip to make this a gimme putt. He didn't want to screw around and roll a 5 or 6 and have a wasted hole. So Griffin with a birdie. Much needed birdie for Griffin. He's birdied 2 holes in a row after bogey in the 10th. Now we go to Mr. Scheffler. That's a 2, so that's a 1-1-3 on a par 5. This could be good for Scheffler. 1-1, those low numbers are usually good for you on those holes. So let's see what he can do here on the par 5 on a 1-1-3. 1-1-3, he's not a scatter. Is he a champion? Yes, he is. Perfectly drawn shot, and we got a short game. We've got the special short game chart, and that's a 3. Is he soft? He is semi-soft. The dot says he's soft. So it's right here at the pin. We're going to re-roll this micro chart for the pin. We get a 1, and a desire die says it's in the hole. Blank says it's a gimme putt for par. That's in there. Chips it in for a birdie. And we have a tie for the lead as Scheffler chips in to tie the lead again. So a battle going on between Scheffler and Dietrich. Third member of the group, Koiven, but he's way back here. Needs something to happen. Get a 3, so he's in control. 1-2-2 on a par 5 for Koiven. 1-2-2. He's not a duffer. He's not utility. He's not a hacker, so it's a moderate putt for birdie, which is a 1 or a 2. And he misses it, so he's got the easy putt for par, but par is not going to cut it for him nowadays. He's too far behind. Koiven will get the par 5, but that's not what he was looking for. And now we go to 16 for the first group. And these are the next 2 threesomes are all out of contention golfers. Double cordial will over here, so might be a chance to get a cheap birdie for some of these guys. Up first is going to be Sepp Straka. Ooh, get right out of there, didn't I? 3, and that's a par for Sepp Straka. Go to Rose, Justin Rose. He gets a par, and now pot getter. All of them got par 5s. So we go to the 15th for the next grouping. They're all out of contention as well. Semi-daunting. We're going to start with Keegan Bradley. and he gets a par. Then we go to Coles. He gets a par. And then Connors, and he gets a par. All right, we go to the 14th hole. And our leader, Dietrich, with the honors, or co-leader, I should say, along with Scheffler. That's a 3, so the course controls it. It's a 12. He's in the rough on the first shot on a par 3. And the green die is a 5. Ask, is he sandy? He is semi-sandy, but the dot says no this time. So he's not going to make it out this time. It's a difficult putt for par. 1 to 3 on a difficult putt for par. He needs to make a 1 to 3 to maintain tie for the lead. And he does. So Dietrich, it wasn't considered a clutch putt, but it kind of was. As Dietrich makes the par 3. Maintains a share of the lead with Scheffler. And now that sends up Harris English. He is going to spend a chip to control the hole. He doesn't want to take a chance of going who knows where, so he's going to control the hole. Oh, he can't do it because it's a daunting hole. My bad. Cannot do that. Have to have 2 chips for that. So instead, he gets a 6. Well, you kind of have to, you're 5 shots down with a few holes left. You kind of have to attack the green here, or attack the hole, I should say. So he's going to attack the green. When he rolls 6, you can attack the green. Re-roll the white die, get a 1. Some distance, but makeable, moderate putt for birdie. So 1 or a 2 is a moderate putt for birdie. He's going to use his chip to make it an easy putt for birdie. So it turns from a 1 to 2 to a 1 to 4. And he didn't really need it, as it turned out, but he didn't want to take the chance. And now we have a 3-way tie, 4 shots back. But a very important birdie putt there for Mr. English. And now we go to McIlroy. He does have 2 chips. He could spend them both to control the hole, but I think he'd rather just save those for something else and see if he can make something happen here on his own. And he rolled a 2, so he can. He will control the hole. 2-3-5. 2-3-5. Is he a champion? He's a semi-champion. The dot says he is. So tee shot true, bounces on the green, clanks off flag stick, easy putt for birdie. So an easy putt for birdie is a 1 to 4. He could spend a chip to make it a gimme. Man, I hate to use those chips, but I hate to roll a 5 or a 6 and miss this putt too. So he's going to not take any chances. And he gets the birdie to pull within 1 shot. He just couldn't afford to miss that. Birdie 2. And now he's within 1 shot of the lead. And now we go to the final grouping at 13, and it's going to be, once again, Griffin with the honors. And Griffin has a chip, if he so use, and he's going to use it to control the hole. And we get a 1-2-5 on a par 4. Bomber. Is he a bomber? Griffin is not a bomber. Is he a hacker? No. Golf course green. Or golf cam green, I should say. And a 1 on a par 4. Challenge a green or scatter golfer. He is neither one of those are the case. So we got a clutch putt for birdie. Clutch putt for birdie for Mr. Griffin. And he's semi-goal. So 1 to 4, he gets a birdie and gets a chip. And he gets it. So he pulls within 3 shots of the lead, and he gets a blue chip for his cause. With that clutch putt. Semi-goal putter helped him out quite a bit there. So birdie 3. Birdie 3 for Griffin. Now that I bring up Scheffler, co-leader. He's going to spend a chip to control the hole as well. He doesn't want to go in this wild stuff. We get a 2-4-6 on a par 4 for Scheffler. 2-4-6. Is he a duffer? No. Is he a champion? He is a champion, so easy putt for birdie. He can take the lead right here. 1-4, he would take sole possession of first place. And he's got it. So he's going to push everybody else back a stroke. And he will take sole possession of first place back the way it was when we started the back nine. Or when we started the whole round to begin with, I should say. And Scheffler birdie 3. So Koiven, almost out of contention. Pretty much is. That's a 35. He's got golf cam course. Green dies a 5 on a par 4. Daunting hole or scatter golfer, neither one. The clutch putt for birdie for him as well. He's gold, so 1-5. And he's got the birdie, and he'll get the chip. So he'll get a blue chip for making that clutch putt. Pulls within 4 shots of the lead, but time is running out. So all 3 in the final group birdie that hole. And now we go to 17 for the out of contending golfers. And we'll roll for them. Starting out, it will be, let's see, on 17, which is a par 3. And it looks like we have, first guy up is, let's see, everybody parred the last hole. So it looks like Justin Rose, no, I'm sorry, Sepp Straka will get the play. And we're in semi-daunting, so we're right here in this category, in this row, or column, I should say. We get a 2, so that's a par for Straka. Then we go to Justin Rose. That's a 1, so it's a chance of a birdie, but he gets the par instead. And then Pocketer, and he gets a par. So they all par the 17th hole. Go to the 16th hole, same deal with the out of contention golfers. We start with Keegan Bradley. We're at double cordial, so we're in the far right-hand column, so possible birdie on a 1, 2, or 3. Keegan Bradley, though, is a 4, and he will get a par. Go to Cole. 6, that's a possible bogey. Nope, he's going to par it. And then Connors. And he's got a possible bogey with the dot. And he does bogey it. Bogey is easy, very easy hole, but they're out of contention, so it really doesn't matter anyway. So now we go to 15. And up next on 15 is going to be English. He gets the honors. But he is way, way behind. 6, he's going to attack. He's got to attack the green. He's running out of holes. He's only got 3 holes left. 4 holes left, rather, and he's 5 shots down. So he's got to make something happen here. Just taking a par and the chip's not going to cut it. So he's going to attack the green. He is going to attack the green. Oops, par 4. Attack the green. That's a 4. Golfer check. Is he a master? He's a semi-master. See if he's a full master. No, he's not. He's not a workman. Otherwise, difficult putt for birdie. So he has to roll a 1 to make a birdie. Doesn't do it. Now moderate putt for par, 1-5. And he does make his moderate putt for par, but that's not going to help him any. So English, par 4. Now we go to McIlroy. 2 shots back. So has a chip in his arsenal. Wait a minute, I missed it. Let me roll that because I didn't have the green die in front of me. Let's see here, 6. So he can attack the green, or he can take another chip. He's still got a few holes left, so he's going to take another chip. Take his par and take a chip. Those 2 chips might come in handy later. So here's Dietrich, 1 shot back all of a sudden, and no chips. Hello, Ben. Didn't see you come in there. Thomas. Let's see, 5, and that's going to be course control, so it's 15, and that means he's in the trees. So Dietrich is in the trees on a par 4 on the first shot with a green 6. That's not good either. Is he a master? He is not a master. Double difficult putt for par. Wow. He could try it. He needs a 1. If he misses it, he'll have a difficult putt for bogey. He could double bogey, or he could accept a bogey and get an easy putt for bogey and drop 2 shots back. What does he think of his putting ability? He is a rust putter, but it's not coming into play here because it's not a clutch putt. Let's see. He's going to go for it. He's going to try to get that double difficult putt. Doesn't get it. Now it's a difficult putt, 1 to 3, and he misses again. So he's actually going to double bogey this hole, and that will drop him 3 shots back. So he went for it, and it didn't pay off. Double bogey for Dietrich. He was so hot until he got to the last, till we picked up coverage on the stream, and then he kind of just, maybe the lights are too bright for him. I don't know. So we go now to 14 to the last group out, and the honors still belong to Griffin. Get a 4, so that is a 24. So he's in the sand on his first shot on a par 3 for Griffin. Griffin is sandy if it comes to that. Or, yeah, because the dot makes him sandy. It also makes him a master. So he's in good shape, you would think. Sandy on the first shot, par 3. And the green die is a 4. Is he chunky? No, he's not chunky, so he's got a moderate putt for par, 1 to 5. And he will have that, make his par. Par 3 for Griffin. Now we go to Scheffler, our leader, by 2 shots. 2, so Scheffler will control. It's a 1-4-6 on a par 3. 1-4-6 for Scheffler. He's not utility, so we go to experience, and he's a semi-icon, but the dot is a blank, so he's actually neutral on his experience. And the green die is a 1, though. Par 3, green die 1. He's not a prospect. So otherwise, let's watch this again on the replay. Beautiful shot. Gimme putt for birdie. Wow. Scheffler's looking to put this thing away. Gimme putt for birdie. He's got a 3-shot lead now. So what was a close battle is starting to thin out as he has a 3-shot lead over Rory McIlroy. And now Koiven is up. But I think Scheffler's about to put this one on ice. 2, so Koiven controls. It's a 1-1-5 on a par 3. 1-1-5. 1-1-5. Is he a champion? Koiven is a champion. Textbook tee shot lands within a foot of the pin. Tap in for birdie, which is obviously a gimme. So he's got his birdie. So Koiven does birdie. Pulls into a tie with Dietrich now. 4 shots back. Birdie 2 for Koiven. That finishes 14. Now we go to the 18th for the first group that's out of contention. And let's see what we have. We're going to start getting some final scores coming in. Sepp Straka. That's a 5 on a daunting. So bogey or par, depending on if you get the dot. That's a dot. So he's going to get a bogey 5 on the last hole for Sepp Straka. And now we have Justin Rose. He gets a bogey if we get a dot. He also hits a bogey 5. And here's Potgetter. That's just a par. All right, so we'll tally up the scores here for the first grouping. Let's see, 1 over, 2 over. So he's 2 over. So 2 over 38, which combined with his 35 gives him a 73. And Straka had 211, so that gives him a 284 total. The winning score was 277 real world by Henley. Now Pocketer, 1 under, 2 under, 1 under. Looks like 1 under 35, but he shot a 40 on the front side for a 75. And Pocketer 75 and a 211 is a 286. And then Justin Rose, 1 under, 2 under, 1 under, even. So even 36 for 73. And Justin Rose, 212 and a 73 makes a 285. So that's the final grouping there. We go to 17. And this is also an out of contention golfer. And we start with Keegan Bradley. 5 on a semi-daunting is a par. Cole, and he gets a par. And we go to Connors. Connors gets a par. Now we go to 16. And Roy McIlroy has 2 chips. Don't know if that's going to help him be aggressive or not. It's a double cordial hole, so there's no sense in using chips right now. That's a 2, so McIlroy controls. It's a 166 on a par 5 for McIlroy. He needs an eagle, really. Let's see, 166 on a par 5. Is he a yeoman? No, he's not a yeoman. Is he a hero? No, he's not a hero. Is he a champion? He's a semi-champion. He's a semi-champion, the dot says he is. So since he's a champion, easy putt for birdie. That's a 1 to 4. He doesn't trust himself, so he's going to spend a chip to make it a gimme. And he gets the gimme birdie to go back to within 2 shots, but he really could not afford. If he rolls a 5 or 6 there with 2 chips in hand, he's going to feel awful silly. So he gets the birdie 4. And now English, barely hanging on, 6 shots back. And English gets a 155, which asks, is he a bomber or duffer? English is neither one. Is he a hero? No, he's not a hero. Is he a champion? No, he's not a champion. So we go to his mood. I'm sure he's not feeling too good right now, but he's actually neutral on his mood. So we go to mood for English, and that's a green 1 on this par 5. Stormy. No, he's not stormy. Otherwise, incredible shot. Sticks near pin. Gimme putt for birdie. So there we go. At least he gets off the fringe of being eliminated, and he gets the birdie. So English will pull into a tie with Griffin at 5 shots back as he gets the birdie 4. And now poor Dietrich with that double, trying to recover from that double bogey. He's got his work cut out for him. No chips either. But he's got to make hay on this double cordial hole. And it's a 1-3-4 on the par 5. 1-3-4. And we'll see what Dietrich can do on a 1-3-4. Let's see, a par 5, 1-3-4. Is he a duffer? No, he's not a duffer. Is he a champion? No, he's not a champion. Is he utility? No, he's not that either. Moderate putt for birdie. So 1 to 2, he needs this birdie in the worst way. Doesn't get it, so it's an easy putt for par. Pars aren't going to cut it, especially on an easy hole. And now we go to our leader, Scotty Scheffler at 15. That's a 3, so the course will control this 11. He's in the trees on the second shot. See what kind of recovery he can make. Trees on the second shot of a par 4. Green die's a 5. Is he a master? He just happens to be a master. Beautiful shot behind tree, bounds on the green, birdie putt just short, easy putt for par. So Scheffler gets himself out of trouble, does what he needs to do to make his par. Par 4, and that will send up Koiven. We get a 5, that's a 12, so he's in the rough on the second shot. on the par 4. Green die is a 5. Is he a master? Hoyman is not a master. Difficult putt for par. He's going to use his chip to make it a moderate putt for par, 1 to 5. And it's a good thing he did because he would have missed the difficult putt. Hated using the chip, but you don't want to blow a shot either. And now that brings up Griffin. And course will control that. 14. He's in golf cam course, so he caught a break there. Golf cam course. And that's a 3 on a par 4. Is it a cordial hole? No, it's not. Is it a daunting hole? No, it's not. It's semi-daunting, but the blank is there. Takes that away. Chance to tone for earlier flub. Clutch putt for par. And he is semi-gold. He is semi-gold, so 1 to 4. And he's got it. Clutch putt for par. He gets another chip, but he's running out of holes. But he's collecting chips. Only got 3 holes left. We got 2 chips, so we're done with 15. And now we go to 18 for the out of contending, last 3 that are out of contending. They being Bradley, Connors, and Cole. So Bradley, a 4 is a par 4 for Bradley. And we'll get their scores as well once we finish this. Next up is Cole. He gets a par. Connors. Ooh, Connors gets a bogey. So it's a bogey if he, no, straight out bogey on his daunting. So it is a straight out bogey, never mind. So we look at Cole. He is 1 over. He was 1 over 30. He bogeyed that part, everything else. So 37 there to go with the 37 he had there for a 74. Added to the 209, he gets a 283. Connors, 1 under, even, 1 over, 2 over. So he shoots a 38 to go with the 39 for a 77. And Connors shoots a 287. He's going to probably finish 12th out of this grouping. Keegan Bradley, 1 under, even, 1 under. So he shoots a 1 under 35 to go with a 38 for a 73. And 211 makes him a 284. So right now, Cole, the leader in the clubhouse, at 283, but obviously these other golfers are going to be way better than that. So we go to 17. No more out of contending golfers. We don't need this sheet anymore. Everybody else left is contending, or at least in theory contending. We don't need these holes either. So 17, I'll put these up where the course card is. That way maybe I can, well, let's do that. All right, so up first is going to be McIlroy. He has the honors. It's a semi-daunting hole, so, well, you know what, I'll bring this up here. Semi-daunting hole, so he can't use his chip yet. Course will control 35. Oh, he's in the water on the first shot. This is going to test McIlroy big time. In the water on the first shot on a par 3. Green die's a 6. Whoa. Cordial hole, no. Otherwise, unnerved golfer drops ball, offers homely shot, barely on green, moderate putt for bogey. Wow, 1 to 5 for a bogey. That's going to really hurt McIlroy. He makes his bogey, but now he's 3 shots back. That probably put him out of it right there. That probably gives the tournament to Scheffler, unless something really weird happens. Here's English. 5, and that's a 56. So he's in the water on the first shot. Green die is a 4. Is he a champion? English is not a champion. After reaches green with difficulty, moderate putt for bogey, so he's going to drop out. So he drops 6 shots back. Well, this hole is really taking it to these golfers. Here's Dietrich. When I started the stream, he had the lead, but not anymore. 2. That's going to course control 46. He's in the sand. And a green 6 is not going to help the cause either. Par 3 in the sand, but a green 6. Green 6. Is he sandy? Dietrich is semi-sandy. The dot says he is, so that will help his cause. Let's see here. Easy putt for par, but he needs more than pars, that's for sure. But at least he won't bogey. Whoops, at least he won't bogey. He gets his par, but small consolation. Par 3 for Dietrich. Now we go to our last grouping on, whoop, I put 6. I need 16. So we're going to have 16 here. Let me put these things in order. So 16. And with the honors, again, is Scheffler. Actually, Koiven. I'm sorry. Koiven has the honors. Koiven has the honors. That's a 6. He's going to attack the green. He's 4 shots back. You can't be doing anything else but attack the green. So he will attack the green. I'm going to re-roll on the attack green section. That's a 2. Reaches outer area of green, difficult putt for birdie. So 1 for a birdie. Doesn't get it. Moderate putt for par. Gets that, but par is not going to help him. He will get the par 5. That wasn't what he wanted. Now Scheffler is up, and he's got a 3-shot lead. He just has to basically avoid disaster. 4, and that means he controls 2, 3, 4 on a par 5. 2, 3, 4 direct green. It is a direct green on a 2, 3, 4. So green and 2, moderate putt for eagle. Wow. Moderate putt for eagle. 1 to 2 for the moderate putt for eagle. And he's got the eagle, and the eagle has landed. He is going to knock Griffin and English out. Going to put Dietrich and Koiven 6 shots back, McIlroy 5 shots back. The eagle has landed for Scotty Scheffler, and he has taken control of everything. And he is obviously set up to win this thing. I don't think he can possibly even blow it now. Griffin's now out of contention because of this, so I will need the out of contention golfing thing back. Didn't think I would. But roll for Griffin. 6 on a double cordial. And he pars it. At least he didn't bogey it. All right, we go to 18 now for the last group, or the second to last group. And that will be English, Dietrich, and McIlroy. But English is out. So roll for that. 1 on a daunting hole. He might birdie. And he did. So a birdie to finish out for English. And now let's look at Dietrich and McIlroy. And it looks like Dietrich has the honors. But we're just playing this out now because this thing is over. 1, so that's going to be course control. 14, got golf cam course. Scheffler will be your winner for sure. It's just a matter about how many. Green 4 on a par 4. Green 4 on a par 4. Cordial hole. No. Daunting hole. Yes, it is. Clutch putt for par for Mr. Dietrich. And Dietrich is rust. That was his negativity thing that he had was rust when we finished the 3rd round. So that means he has to roll a 1 to make a clutch putt for par, or else he is out of contention. He would go from being the leader when we started to all the way out of contention without a 1. He got a 1. He got his clutch putt for par and gets a chip. Not like it's going to help him any, but at least it saves him embarrassment. So Dietrich gets the par. And now we go to McIlroy. And that's a 24, so that's golf cam green on the par 4 with a 1. Challenging green or scatter golfer. It is a challenging green. On green and 3, barely double difficult putt for par. He'll use his chip to make it a difficult putt for par. 1 to 3. And he still misses that, so it's a bogey putt. It is a moderate bogey putt, and he makes that. But McIlroy will fall 6 shots back as well with that bogey. And Scotty Scheffler kind of stands alone now. So we'll go through and get the totals for this 3rd grouping. See how they did. English, 1 under, 2 under, 3 under, 2 under, 3 under. So he shoots a 33 for 69, and English gets a 278. So he's the leader in the clubhouse right now, but that's not going to matter when Scheffler gets there. Dietrich, 1 under, even, 1 under, 1 over. So 37 with the 32. So that's a 69 also. And he also has a 278. McIlroy, 1 under, 2 under, 3 under, 2 under, 1 under. So a total of 35. He shoots a 6. All three guys shot a 69, as it turns out. And they all finished with 278s. All right, last hole. And it's going to be Scheffler, Koiven, and Griffin. Koiven's the only one still on the course, or it's in contention, I should say. Dietrich, it's not going to matter about the chip. He's out of running anyway. So Koiven gets the play, but first we'll do Griffin, who's out of contention. Oh, actually, we're on 17, not 18. My bad. 17. There's 2 holes left for them. So I do need these. I was thinking I was done with it, and I'm not. So out of contending golfers on semi-daunting, we're rolling for Griffin. And he gets a 6, so that's a bogey for Griffin. He's really falling apart. Now we go to Koiven, or actually Scheffler, because he eagled the last hole, so he obviously has the honors after the out of contending golfers. So we roll for Scheffler, and he gets a 2, so that's course control. He's in the sand on the first shot of a par 3. But he gets a green 1, gets a really good break. Green 1. Is he chunky? No, he's not chunky. So we got a pin check. Pin micro chart. Re-rolling the white die on the pin micro chart. Gets a 3. Rims cup and kicks out. Easy putt for par. And that's an easy putt for par for Scheffler. He'll get the par 3. Now Koiven. If he can get a birdie somehow in the last 2 holes, he can at least get second place to himself and earn himself 70 points. That's a 3, so course control 34. He's in the sand on the second shot. Sand on the second shot for Koiven. Sand on the second shot. And a green 6 is not good either. Sandy. Is he sandy? No, he's not. Terrible lie, unattractive escape, struggles to reach green, moderate putt for bogey. So he's going to fall out of contention. Even if he makes the moderate bogey putt 1 to 5, he still falls out of contention. Falls off the list. He does make it, but he's 7 shots back, so he's off the list. So McIlroy and Dietrich. Oh, now Tabby is scratching to get in here. Come on, Tabby. Come on. Get in. Oh, hush. Get in here. Quit that fussing. You're doing too much fussing around here. All right. So that finishes 17. And that will make Koiven an out of contention golfer, and he'll have to roll on the out of contending golfers. So the only got to roll for now is Scheffler. Everybody else is either finished or out of contention. Tabby, you've got to be quiet. All right, so we've got Koiven, and that's a 2 on a daunting, so that's a par. And then Griffin. Oh, he's going to bogey. Griffin's really had a rough shape here. And now we go to Scheffler. Last play. He has the course to himself. And let's see. It's a 45. Question mark. So question mark says safe approach to the green or go for it. Well, obviously, got such a big lead. Ought to go for it just for the heck of it. Nah, he's not going to be stupid. He's going to just approach here with a golf cam course. But he could go for it if he needed to. But golf cam course on a green die was a 6. Green die was a 6 because this is what was rolled. So golf cam course and a 6 on a par 4. Ask if it's a daunting hole. It is. Clutch putt for par. He's semi-gold. And he makes it. So blue chip's not going to do him any good now, but he does get the par to end in style, as they say. So Scheffler gets the par. So we will total everything up. And let's see what we got here. Griffin, 1 over, even, 1 under, 2 under, and then even. Bogey in the last 2 gives him a 72. And Griffin, 209 and a 72 is a 281. And then Koiven, 1 under, 2 under, 1 under. So 35 for Koiven. Shoots a 70. And he shoots a 279. And then Scheffler, 1 under, 2 under, 3 under, 5 under. He shoots a 31 on the backside for a total of 65. So he shoots a 272. So he beat the winning score by 5 shots. 272. So Scheffler wins by 6 shots. Unbelievable. I thought it'd be a close match, but Scheffler just took it over. 272. Let's see. There's a 3-way tie for second between English, Dietrich, and McIlroy at 278. So tie for second. They will each get 70 points for this. So Dietrich, English, Dietrich, and McIlroy. Scheffler gets 100 for winning. So let's see, English, so they all got 278, 6 shots back. But that's about as big as a butt kicking as you can get. 279 for Koiven, and he finishes 5th. 7 shots back. 280, there is no 280, but a 281 belongs to Griffin in 6th place. Let's move this tray out of the way. We don't need this anymore. So a 281, 9 shots back. And let's see here. Next up is 283. That's Cole. He's in 7th position. And 11 shots back. And then 284, we got a tie between Straka and Keegan Bradley. They will tie for 8th. Straka, Keegan Bradley. 284, 12 shots back. And let's see, 285 belongs to Justin Rose. And he is going to be 10th. He will be 13 shots back. 286 is Potgetter. He's 11th. Potgetter, however you pronounce it. 286, which means he is 14 shots back. And bringing up the rear at 287 is Connors. $15 shots back. So there you have it. There is your, let's see if I can get a little closer here now that we don't need this anymore. So there you have it. And the man, Scotty Scheffler, he blew away Russell Henley's real world winning score of 277 with a 272. And he wins by 6 shots over English, Dietrich, and McIlroy, who all tie for 2nd place. So Scheffler will get 100 points for this. That'll certainly help his point standings. He hasn't played in a lot of tournaments. He had an injured hand early in the season, so he hasn't played a lot. And now if I look ahead to next week on the schedule, as we're on this Florida tour, or at least Southeastern tour, the next tournament, next weekend, we will be at the Players Club, what they call the 5th major. We will be at the Players Club. Rory McIlroy won the tournament real world, but the infamous 17th green or 17th hole or whatever you want to call it. So the Players Club, we will be there next Saturday. It's the 5th major. Of course, I'm not sure how how many people showed up. I'm assuming there were like 100 and some people that tried to enter this. So we will most likely have a first and second round where we have a cut, and then a third round to position everybody, and then a fourth round to finalize everything. But not much to say here other than Scotty Scheffler was the man. 272 for Scotty Scheffler, and he wins by 6 shots. It really, that eagle really was the coup de grace, as they say. That eagle he got on 16. He probably would have won without it, but it just put the icing on the cake. And he shoots a 31 on the backside. You know, what are you going to do? Dietrich shot a 37 on the backside. So he gained 6 shots on Dietrich over the back 9. And that's just the way it is. So now the rest of the week, or early part of the week, I'll go into my computer and figure out all the points for all these people and get the B+ golfers and the C golfers and give them their points and all that stuff. And get everything in line so that on Wednesday, most likely Wednesday, we will have the first round of the Players Championship. So looking forward to that. But from Bay Hill at Arnold's Place, it is Scotty Scheffler, who is the man. So that's going to do it from here. Thanks to the few of you that were here for the live, but if anybody catches it later, I know History Maker Golf does not get many views. I'm not doing this for views. I'm doing it because I like to play it. If I wanted a lot of views, I would get on here and make a chat about nothing, and 200 people would show up. That's just the way it is on YouTube. I don't do that. I don't do chats. I play games, and games don't draw as much, but I don't care because I enjoy the hobby. My hobby is playing games, not for doing chats. So not that I'm against chats, if that's your thing, or if you like to do them. And some people are very good at facilitating those. I'm not one of those. So I don't have the gift of gab. So I just play my games. All right. You're welcome there, the commish. It is a fun game. I don't know why it took me. I waited on this game for years before and then one day I saw a couple of videos on it, and I was like, you know what? This looks like fun. And I played golf in high school and a little bit in college, and I certainly used to follow golf a lot. Not so much anymore, but I used to follow golf quite a bit, and I really enjoy golf. So I said, well, why not get the golf game? And I did, and I haven't looked back since. And my only regret is I didn't get this game 5 years ago, but that's just the way it is. So Tabby has settled down. I think I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way, and before the evening is out, maybe record my Sunday Basic Sunday in Strat-O-Matic and get that ready to go for Sunday, or I might play it tomorrow morning. I haven't decided yet, but I haven't even picked the teams yet. Actually, yes, I have. I take that back. I take it back. I want a sneak preview of what the game's going to be for the Sunday Basic Sunday. We will be in Los Angeles. It'll be the Milwaukee Braves taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Lou Burdett against Don Drysdale. That'll be the game on Sunday, Basic Sunday, in Basic Strat-O-Matic. But for now, we bid you adieu from Bay Hill, where Scotty Scheffler was the man, and he wins by 6 shots. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you guys down the road.